there, Chef Donna here, and welcome to my channel, Everyday Homemade. Everyday Homemade is designed to teach you the basics of cooking, all the while making something delicious and homemade for your family. Today, I am going to be making a ground turkey dish. This is a super fast recipe that you can put together on a weeknight after work and have dinner on the table in no time. It also has quinoa, and then a little bit of peas, and a little hint of cumin. It's really quite tasty and super fast and easy. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get our quinoa cooking, but I need to rinse it first. It has a film on it and it can leave a really bitter taste in your dish if you don't rinse it first. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I have a strainer here, and we're just going to give it a quick rinse. While it's rinsing, you can see it kind of bubble up, that film that's on it, and you can just, until that kind of goes away, you want to keep rinsing. You'll see as you rinse it what I'm talking about. Quinoa is actually a seed, but it's full of protein and really great just to add a little bit more protein into your diet, besides the fact that it's healthy and good for you. So we're going to get it into this pot, and then we're going to add. Now, like any grain when you're cooking, the ratio is 2 to 1. So what do I mean by that? So I have 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, so I'm going to add a cup and a half of chicken broth to it. And we're going to let it simmer on the stove. I'm going to get it to come up to a boil, and then I'm going to reduce it down so it simmers, and then it only takes about 20 minutes. Quinoa is a really fast cooking grain. The quinoa has come up to a boil, so I reduced it down to low, and I'm just going to let it simmer for that 20 minutes. Now I'm going to get the turkey started. So the pan has come up to heat. It's nice and warm. I'm going to go ahead and add some oil, and then we're going to add our turkey right in. So here's our turkey. This is 1 pound of ground turkey, and I like to use dark meat ground turkey. The breast meat tends to dry out really fast. It gets kind of squeaky when you chew it. Have you ever experienced that? So I always use the one with the higher fat content, and it's basically the dark meat of the turkey breast, of the turkey. So we're just going to get this all broken up, and I have this cute little handy tool that I use to break up ground meat. The turkey is just about cooked all the way through, and there isn't much pink left anymore. But I am scraping up the little bits that are stuck on the bottom of the pan. This is called fawn, and it will add flavor to your dish. You always want to get that off the bottom of the pan. So I'm just going to throw in a couple of tablespoons of broth. See how it's steamed up there? And that will allow me to release what's kind of stuck on the bottom of the pan. Now I'm going to add some garlic. This is 2 cloves of garlic, and then 1 teaspoon of cumin. I love the earthiness of cumin. You know, it just adds another dimension to this dish. So we're going to stir that in, and I'm going to let it simmer for just a couple more minutes, and then our quinoa is almost ready. The quinoa has finished, but I've kind of moved it off the burner and off to the side. If you just let it sit for a few minutes with the lid on, it'll really fluff it up. So that's a little trick to know about quinoa. As soon as it's done and all the broth has evaporated, just let it sit with the lid on for a few minutes. So here we go, and I'm going to add the frozen peas right to the turkey. I want to mix those in, and since my quinoa has been sitting, I'm going to move it into the pot. But look how nice and fluffy it is. That's just because I let it sit there and I didn't touch it or disturb it. So I'm going to add in, this makes 1.5 cups of quinoa into the dish. So now I'm going to take a bite and see how it tastes. I want to just make sure that there's enough salt and pepper, that 1 teaspoon of cumin is enough. You know, and cumin has a strong type of flavor to it. It's really earthy. So if you like that flavor, you can always add more. I just put a teaspoon in today. But I want to make sure that I'm getting the taste of the cumin, I'm getting the taste of the garlic, I'm getting the taste of the fresh pea when I have a bite. So. Mm-hmm. So all those flavors are coming through. I really just love how simple this dish is. It's 5 ingredients. You can get it made up in just a few minutes and then dinner's on the table. You could even serve this with like a side green bean or a side salad or just as it is. It doesn't need to be complicated. So today I showed you a really quick and easy way to get dinner on the table any night of the week. And this dish really packs a punch. It's full of protein from both the ground turkey and the quinoa. I talked about how you have to rinse the quinoa. It takes 2 minutes to do it, not even 30 seconds to do it. And you rinse off the film that's on it so that it won't leave a bitter taste in your dish. And then we had added the ground cumin, and that just brings a whole nother level to it and an earthy kind of flavor to it. So if you enjoyed the video today, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And then turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day and keep it homemade.